Yeah, I finally learned. Alright. Looks like a standard Super Mario World. Intro was nothing. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Looks like Bowser is at it again. I would... You know, I think that if I ever judge a contest again, if you don't change this, I'm just going to mark off points. Just to be a dick. Which is to say I won't actually do it. But... What's up, Fries? How you doing? Oh no. You can go across 8 or 9 note blocks if you're small and start running 2 blocks towards them. The further you are, the less blocks you can go? What? Huh. Interesting. So this is a learning area. Always be a good dick to you. Thanks, Fries. Thanks. What? Oh. This... What? Okay. You start running 2. Okay, it's exactly 2. You really have to count here. Okay. You know, I was gonna wonder what caused this thing to trigger, but now I know. How very strange. With note blocks, you can pass through corners from your right or repeatedly hit the block under you from your left. Yeah, I guess that's true. I could repeatedly hit this block. That's a pretty nifty block to repeatedly hit. Fascinating. Too early. Far, far too early. I may have chosen a difficult one to start with. But it is teaching me something. Value in that, I suppose. So 2 blocks lets me go 8 or 9. So this is approximately 2 blocks. Right, and then just moles. Because why not? Why not moles? So I start from like a 2 hop from here. Okay, that's how that works. This is definitely one of the more complicated tutorial rooms I've ever gone through. For a vanilla concept. Those are bouncy. 2 thrower. Intriguing. Alright, start here. Gotta remember the things the game keeps trying to teach me. Perhaps not successfully. Nuts. Okay. At least that mole is no longer threatening me. It's an interesting setup, and I do appreciate being, like, taught about how this works, honestly, because I've always seen this trick and never known how it actually worked before now. I'm still not sure I like it, but it's certainly interesting to learn. I guess I should see if if the thing worked. I didn't check. There we go, it does actually say the name. Does? Wait. Is that actually the right name? Let me check something really quick. What do I get for changing these at the last minute? Oh. I don't know why I thought there was an I at the end of his name. Never mind. Out of curiosity, with the VLDC levels, the character changing should be perfectly fine. It largely works. It sometimes doesn't. It might crash, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. How you doing, Silver Fox Flame? Silver Fox Flame. I keep wanting to put an L there. That's not where you're supposed to put that L. Wait, could I? No, that is clearly not how that's going to work. Charge from the side. Yeah, I'm definitely a white square. Okay. Oh, right. There's still fire there. Yeah, I could see how you feel. You might feel a bit cheated there. Fix that in a minute. We got nothing else going on. All right. There's all sorts of weird ones in there. Let's be honest. Most of the weirdest ones have been contributed by Faro. I will confess, but still. Now the white square is actually kind of tricky because you don't really get any indicator about how things are moving. Please. I guess it only works once? Is that how it's gonna work? Yeah, it looks like it only works once. Well, it's not like I made any progress, so it's not really a problem. I'll probably put on save char again just to see if that helps. It is true. It's one of the worst looking ones. Let me restart the bot and get it reworking, hopefully. Oh, sup, Kappa? Oh, it's gotta do the reread thing. That's gonna be annoying. It's got to reset. Or is the interface pooched? I think the interface is pooched. That's great. Yeah, the interface is pooched. Okay, we learned an important thing. It works once. I'm gonna put on safe char then. That might fix the problem. Or make it less bad, at least. And then we'll roll a random one, and hopefully it'll fix... Hopefully it won't break more. No. SA1 stuff is a little bit finicky, and it doesn't always work. So... It's just tricky. Let's see if that works. Daisy. I think Daisy is a good choice. Everyone likes Daisy. No, except maybe Peach. This is acceptable? Excellent. Also helps that I actually understand what I'm doing at this point in the level. 2 blocks, wait. Hitboxes, how do they work? I hope we get past this part this time. Okay. Do I need to be over here? Oh, if I want the dragon coin. Alright, fair enough. Okay. I'm not sure what I was supposed to learn there. And I'm still kind of afraid. And now I get to go through that section again. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this one that much. It's definitely a bit of a finicky setup sort of level. The whole note block surfing thing is definitely not a consistent thing. And now I need to figure out how to work it in that room. It makes me worry about how long the rest of this level is. Because honestly, after the tutorial section here, I probably would have like set up a some sort of you better not some sort of midway, a checkpoint, because like this is basically just gonna waste my time for a short period of time now that I know what I'm doing. It's also, you know, 2 dragon coins in seems like a lot of dragon coins to be in. I do not like that part. But anyway. So yeah, the results came out today. Honestly, I was a bit surprised at some of them. I played a couple of the high-ranking ones. Zucati got 8th, which was really nice, actually. I thought Babylon was a really good level. both aesthetically and gameplay-wise. Idle winning was not surprising given what little I saw of her level. It had some really cool stuff going on. Was a bit surprised about third place. I didn't like that level all that much, honestly. I felt it kind of... It had a really cool concept, but it just dragged on and on. It really would have benefited from retry, I think, but eh. It was still fun enough I didn't feel the need to cheat at it, so... Wait a cycle. Like, I definitely do not want to bother with the dragon coins. This... Like, especially because I can't see what's in the future. Do I want to stay in that state? Okay, I see the trick now. A trick, at least. I can hit that block indefinitely if if I come from this side. Which I have to get through there. Okay, I remember the trick. I got friggin' lucky. Okay. Level remains very scary. Alright. Not too bad, not too bad. Third dragon coin is a good sign. Okay, chill out for a sec. Observe. Get in position. Hopefully there's a midway. Hooray, midway! Oh, right. 2 blocks, not 1 block. If nothing else, I'm definitely going to take some lessons away from this, which may or may not help me in later moderations. So, we will see. Oh man, it is hot today. It's not even actually that hot in the grand scheme of, like, temperature. It's only like 80 degrees, but I've lost all my temperature resistance over the years. Okay. Timing. Anyway. But yeah, Seattle, no air conditioning, so it's going to be warm. And if I do run a fan in here, it affects the microphone, so I can't do that. Wait, 2. So in the interest of letting me sleep well, at least, I'm running the fan in my room with the door closed. So I get no airflow utility out of it. But I also don't get any sound, so it's a decent trade-off. You know, because now that I think about it, I'm kind of curious. And I could actually measure this. How long it takes me to beat a given VLDC level compared to the judges. Oh, what's up, Faro? How you doing? Nope. I'm highly distracted. I got the midway. I'm feeling good about this level now. I was feeling ambivalent a moment ago, but I'm feeling better about it now. Goodish. Alright. We take those. Goodish is a fine, relatively fine place to be. Hope that things get gooder-ish. Nope. Oh, come on. Now there's 2 moles? There you go. At least I'm not going to die to the stupid fire flower again. Oh, come on. Okay, 2 blocks. I was close. But yeah, other than being rather warm, I had a stupid bug come up at work today. I'm still kind of miffed about it. It turned out there was a third fucking place we were checking for the same damn thing. And I think I'm going to advocate for a mild rewrite there because it's not doing us any good. Or at least we should move that check further down in the chain. I don't know, something like that. But I did make a note of it as a foot gun when implementing this specific thing, so at least next time someone runs into it, they'll find it. So, yep, that was work today. Monkey Island yesterday. Oh man, Monday feels like it was so long ago now. I have some ideas now. One of those, like, classic adventure game things is stopping and thinking about what you can do with your items when you're not playing the game. Very much in the tradition of older adventure games where you like had to have time on time-sharing mainframes and stuff because you don't own a computer because it's like 1970 or 1980 and computers are expensive. In the words of The Simpsons, only the 5 richest kings of Europe will own one. Off by one. But yeah. This has some very unique setups. Like this downward gate thing is something I've never seen in any other hack. Probably because most of them have the sense not to do it. But it's still interesting and does have some setup possibilities. Right, 2. Nope. Bonk. Do like killing of moles. Did I spawn that mole previously? Is that how the second mole came out? Huh. 4, 5. There we go. Alright, let's see what the last section has in store for me. What? Maybe I'm a moron. Alright, interesting. These blocks are here to tell me that there's definitely some layer 2 shenanigans going on. That's clever. You know, I'm just gonna drop you in the lava. Let me observe my settings, or surroundings. I think I just fucked myself. I did just fuck myself. Yeah, this is a clever level, but it's one of those ones that would be so much better if it had the retry patch per section, as opposed to having to redo a section or multiple sections every single time. I kind of wonder if that would be a reasonable VLDC inclusion, give people the retry patch, but I guess if you're doing compilations, it becomes a lot harder. But since this year they didn't care about compilations, I guess there's no real reason not to. Other than it's not vanilla, of course. They do other things that aren't vanilla. There's no sideways infinity symbol in vanilla either. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the sign. Are there any urban myths in my area? We have one that's essentially conspiracy. You're injecting vomit enzymes into drinks so you know it's alcohol poisoning. I guess the only, like, I mean, you got, like, Sasquatch. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. We do love a good, not quite Yeti. The weird conspiracy theory thing, I guess, in Seattle is the mystery drink machine. It's a drink machine that is an old school, like, Coke product machine. And, oh, damn it. It dispenses surprisingly strange, rare, and old sodas. Though I think the mystery has largely been solved, and it's one of the people who owns a business nearby. So I guess it's not a very good conspiracy. Or mystery. But yeah, nothing in particular. We don't have any, like, cool urban legends in Seattle as far as I know. At least nothing that doesn't get, like, already national play, like I said, Yetis. I've been learning. I am curious about... Oh, damn it. The one you mentioned. Is that actually a conspiracy theory around there, or is it just you being silly? Oh, God. Huh. Oh, this is in the first area. Okay. Timing. Ah. Real thing. Huh. Yeah, that's really odd. I mean, think about the enzymes that vaguely taste or smell of vomit is that they're present in other things. Parmesan cheese, for instance, has a non-trivial amount of that particular enzymes, from what I recall. I beat the mole spawn. I feel pretty good about that. But, like, that would just make people want to consume less, I guess? At least you'd hope. Then again, Nordic countries, you never quite know. Just Nordic and Germanic countries, you never quite know. So... This was a minor... It wasn't even a conspiracy, just... When I went to go get some food at the local bar really quick before streaming, they were out of my drink of choice. But that's not a conspiracy. It's me, Malario. Malario. Wait, Malario? I don't know if Malario is a character I want to play with. How you doing, Steven? Ray Mario? Okay, let me just sandbag. Let's see if it works. Or because the government wanting to drink less. You wanted Ray Mario. Let's see if it works. I've been having a little bit of trouble with this evening. I'm hoping SafeChar will solve the problem, but SA1 always fucks it up. Like, SA1 is unpredictable, and I really should spend some time trying to figure out why, but I need to add that to the list of random dev problems I have that I actually need to sit down and solve. Doing decent. Kind of exhausted. Fair. No, it's kind of in the same boat, honestly. I didn't sleep terribly well last night. It's just been too dang hot. But I'm trying to fix that problem this evening by running a fan in my room, keeping the door closed there. So I'm not getting any benefit from running the fan in this room where I'm streaming. But where I sleep, I might get the benefit later, if it gets down to, like, you know, tractable amount of degrees. And it's only 80 degrees, it's not that hot! So. Actually, there is a conspiracy I understand. Okay, this one is definitely not one I'm party to, but is one I've heard more than once from multiple people. The theory is, or the conspiracy theory is, that for people who are going to boot camp, the U.S. military, they put something called saltpeter, oh god, I'm dead, into the water to prevent the, you know, new recruits from needing to relieve themselves quite as much sexually. And I've heard various variations upon it, that it's not in the water, it's in the Gatorade, and they don't actually do it, and saltpeter doesn't work that way, but, you know, it's a conspiracy theory. If you pour ice on your bed, it gets cold? Sure, that is true. It also becomes wet, and wet things rapidly become unpleasant and sticky. So, I don't think I'll be doing that. Also, I don't have that much ice water. I have some refrigerator water. I actually put it in old whiskey bottles, because I had an amount of old whiskey bottles at one point. I like them. They're nice enough. Local whiskey company, Woodinville, Westland. They make good whiskey, so I saved a few of the bottles and just use them for water. They're, you know, solidly made glass bottles that are unlikely to break. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Portland, Seattle? Seattle. I understand that they people get them confused, but Seattle and Portland are somewhat different, at least, in my view. But Portland's about, what, 2 hours south? 3 hours south? It's not a terrible amount of distance. I've done the drive multiple times. And then there was that time I drove from Portland to Seattle once, so it's pretty cool. Dang it, that was early. Last time I was in Portland and actually stayed there was for Rose City Comic-Con. My sister was there with her friends doing the Comic-Con thing. But I haven't spent that much time there. I keep hoping that maybe Grand Pooh Bear is going to bring back the speedrun sessions and have a session in Portland, and that'll be a good excuse to go and make a weekend of it. There's a distillery I'd like to check out. You know, I just like to go to museums and whatnot. Don't get to do it as often. It's more fun to do it when it's not in town. Huh. Guess I despawned one of the moles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting choice of song for this section. You don't actually know what the origin of the song is, now I think about it. I've heard it in other hacks, but... It's got a little bit of DKC flair, but I don't think it's from either of the first two DKCs. Like, the bouncy blocks are unnecessary. Okay, yeah, just ditch it. Okay, so... I want to go... now. And then go here. Oh, good. Not all of it is... crap. Layer 2 nonsense. Secret of Mana 2? Huh. Oh, gonna post it anyway, alright. I apologize. I need to get up really quick to take care of something I just realized. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay. City of Three Portlands. Also commonly called Three Portlands, Three Ports, or simply Portlands, is an independent city-state of paranormal enclave, self-contained pocket universe accessible via ways located in and around Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon, and the Isle of Portland in the United Kingdom. With an estimated population of approximately 80,000 persons, Three Portlands is the largest paranormal enclave in North America, and is one of those populous locations to be entirely concealed behind a veil. Second Detsu 3, aka Secret of Mana 2, aka Trials of Mana 2, one of the boss files from Bill and Ben. Huh. SCP Foundation thing, that makes sense. I remember, like, before that whole thing got started, and I remember, like, people posting green texts, and I remember one that I particularly liked claimed that in any hotel room, you'll find a Gideon's Bible that contains, like, 7 unique words, and if you learn those words, you can travel to any other hotel room. Something like that. It was weird. Good little, not quite creepy pasta, but certainly the liminal space pasta. I don't know, something like that. There we go. Still kind of surprised how big SCP has gotten. Considering it's like bizarre fan fiction of a sort. It's not a bad thing, I mean, I'd rather have people write silly fan fiction than not write at all. But given I don't do any writing, to be fair. Any fiction writing, at least. Right, 2 blocks. Always 2 blocks. Lost my touch in the 3 seconds since I walked away from the controller. But yeah, it would be fun to go to Portland. Maybe I could actually meet some other Mario-type peoples in real life, like Undead Blackbird or Earthmelon, or... I want to say Hawaloocha lives in Portland, but maybe he lives in Texas, I forget. It's a lot of details to remember, and I'm not the best at the details. But it would be fun. I was going to do that when I went to Tacoma this week, or weekend, but the timing did not allow. In fact, it was rather tricky to get there in the first place. my car's battery ran flat. So I bought a battery to jumpstart it. And so I jump-started it out of the garage and realized I had no gas. So I went to the gas station, jump-started again, or got gas, jump-started again. Oh, dang it, miscounted. Realized the tires were low on air. Jump-started over to get the air. At that point, I had to jump-start it again to get it going on the road. So, but thankfully, the ride to Tacoma long enough to give that battery a good charge. I assume next time I go use it, assuming it's not like months later, it'll probably just work. But you never know. I probably should retrieve the battery and charge it rather than leave it in the glove box. Good enough. Okay, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pat has no gas. I have got $50 worth of gas. Gas is expensive in Washington. The closest gas station is not exactly the cheapest either. Because, you know, I needed to go to the closest one because I was out of gas. But okay, I want to wait until that cycles back around. Gas is so expensive everywhere. Yep. No, it was when that's up. That's when I want to go. Crap. But yeah, it was like $5.50 a gallon or something. It's a price I haven't paid since I lived in California many a year ago, and that was shortly after the Richmond refinery fire. Which, if you ever want to have an entertaining time, go watch the U.S. Chemical Board's video on all of the wrong things people did during that fire. It's somewhat hilarious. My favorite part is when the firemen decided to poke a leaking pipe with a big pole. But thankfully, nobody died, despite the comedy of errors that occurred. 1/4 off compared to your prices. Yeah, I know European prices are a lot higher, and especially because, like, you're paying per liter, and there's, like, what, 3 liters to the gallon or something, roughly. But still. It's not what we're used to, Fries. It's not what we're used to. I'm not sure what my thought process with that was, but I'm kind of glad I did it. Oh god, I haven't screwed this up. Okay, I want to go when that's completely up. Cool. Now we do the maze thing. And then we get 2 blocks away. And now we're safe for a second. And we can figure out our next move. It's warning me about crushers. That's always a fun time. Let's get all the way over here. Oh, okay. Nuts. I think it's like 4, but yeah, took that into consideration. Fair. Fair, fair. Yeah, I think a level with this sort of finicky gimmick definitely would have benefited from the retry patch, sadly. Though, admittedly, you can include 2 bonus midways, I think. 3, really. You can either use moons or dragon coins or the one-up blocks. Like, it's all possible if you really want to do it. Though I'm not certain how widespread that information is. Something people should know. In fact, there'd probably be a smart little project like VLDC the basics, either a video or an actual hack itself to demonstrate those particular attributes. I thought I was screwed. I was not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gas is a bit cheaper there because they said you don't have to pay the tax on it, but only until the end of the month. Then it's €2 to 1 afterwards for cheap gas. Oof. Oof. See, I still remember when my brother learned to drive and gas was like $1 a gallon or something. And I personally never paid under like, what? 2 and change. Yeah, that's true. The problem with the price of gas going up, though, is it's factored into basically all reasonable products. Like, if the price of diesel goes up, shipping costs go up for basically everything. Because last mile is always trucks. And in the United States, a shocking amount of our supply chain is just trucks because of the desire to receive things largely instantaneously. Or to provide out-of-season fruit to people who aren't in California and that sort of thing. Because you can drive across America in about 3 days. Given I did it, you can definitely lower the amount of time it takes by having 2 drivers and whatnot. But it's still not necessarily a good idea. Yeah, price of shipping does not go down afterwards. This is true. Bonk. Planted tomatoes and cucumbers. Oh, nice. You can have a nice salad. Oh. What kind of tomatoes? You gotta get the right kind of tomatoes. If you're gonna go all in those. Not a cucumber man, though. Don't care for cucumbers unless they've been pickled, honestly. Never feel they add much to, like, salads. Steaks. Cumbersome. Well played. You could even define the area you've planted them as a Benedict Cumberpatch. But only if it, like, portrays you, I suppose. Up. Gonna be a big old patch of cumber. You have to carry too many of them, it might be encumbering. Might add to your encumbrance. Which I've never actually had none of the DMs we've ever had for our D&D sessions have ever cared about encumbrance rules, unless it's like egregiously dumb. Call them 8-2. That's why there's only one. What? Why didn't I wait? I definitely chose a tricky one to start with. Rather hoping I get to play more than one this evening. Then again, I am at least getting some of this down a bit faster. At least the mole can't get me over here if I just jump over his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obstacle would have worked just fine if he was a 4th thrower. Carry this dragon. What dragon? Dragon these nuts! Never change, Fries. Never change. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably mind this a whole lot less if it wasn't like a whole bunch of timing puzzles where you need to learn the timings. Well, that's a bouncy block. Ah, okay. So I need to get down there, but I also need to not die. Alright, that works. Take a moment, observe the world. Okay. What now? I just need to get through this obstacle very quickly. Definitely read that. Alright. Didn't we do this trick a minute ago? Like, we did this in the last section. This is indeed spicy. 35 too late for change. Yep. Yep, indeed. Oh. This level's entire gimmick is messing with the note blocks. I'm like 80% sure that that was the last obstacle. It's okay, at least I know how to read some of the other obstacles now. I know the timings of some of them. I'm certain I'm still gonna fuck up a couple of them, but at least I know the timings. Level creator is nice with the pauses? Yes. At certain points, this level creator has been kind. In fact, because the results came out today, the level creator's name is actually on the screen. I think it's Annis or something. So. Went and updated my meta file to include the names now because it's no longer a secret. Well, or anything resembling a secret, I suppose. Yeah, would recommend going and checking out the results. Like I think I said earlier, Zuccotti got 8th, which was pretty dang good. Seg and Donut finished in the middle of the pack, which is approximately what they were expecting to do. I'm trying to think of anyone else. I think Daizo and Evil Guy did pretty well. Have to look up, I don't know the number off the top of my head. But I think they were at least in like the top 20. Glad Ray Mario gets uses? Yeah. It's a classic. It's a good one. It's one of the simpler Mario variants that actually looks pretty good. And you did a good job with it, too, of course. Alright. I think what I want to do is sort of hold pattern here until this is going up. And then go. And then I'm still not exactly certain the point of that obstacle, but okay, it's done. No! Okay, well that worked. I got scared. Oh. Gotta replay Revolution. I've heard so many good things about Rayman, and in fact, a YouTube tab I've had open for 2 years is I forget who. Dang it! I should remember. Fellow trying to beat Rayman blindfolded while being advised by chat. Or being advised by Fawful over Discord. I still have that open somewhere. I watched the first 10 minutes. I need to watch the rest. I keep tabs open for years. It's not a good habit. But I've heard nothing but good things. .3D. I can put the link in chat. I'm pretty sure I know where it is in my tab set. It'll take me all like 3 seconds. Rayman blindfolded Glackum. There you go. So you can look at that at your leisure if you so desire. Is it a fun game you should request after you get VIP? I mean, go for it. I don't know. I haven't played it. Yeah, that's why I kept it open. It's one of those things where I don't want to, like, watch it in the background while I'm doing something else. I actually want to spend active attention watching it, and it just hasn't happened. What I might do is download it and watch it on a plane, which I guess I could do that tomorrow, actually. I have YTD. I should just do that. Gonna be on a plane tomorrow. That's a good place to watch things and pay full attention to them. So, yeah, I think I might do that. At least catch the first one in its entirety. You ain't requesting shit. Fair enough, Fries. Fair enough. And I appreciate you for it, because, man, I've got too many in the queue. Right after I finished Zelda 2, Desi threw in a request for The Gods of Olympus, which is a famous NES game for being bad. And during Monkey Island 2, Kalrasi requested Monkey Island 3, so... Real question is, alright. If you would request something that would be Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but it's not a stream game, that's fair. Can you request the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with a free trial up to level 60, including the award-winning expansion Heavensward? No. I mean, you could, but I'd probably do like 1 3-hour stream of it, which is nowhere near enough to demonstrate what that's all about. It's also probably worth pointing out that at a certain point in time in the past, I actually did play Final Fantasy XIV. At least for a bit. I think I do have a level 60 character. Probably still level 60. I don't think they have rots. So, my silly gimmick was that I'd always use the starting equipment. I would always re-glamour all the new shit I got to be the starter equipment. So, you know, you're playing your warrior. You've got this humongous fucking axe. You see this other warrior. You know, still using the plain old ordinary wood chopping axe you got from the beginning of the game. That kind of gimmick. At least I thought it was funny. Occasionally I get people in like trials and stuff that thought it was funny too, but it's been a long time. And MMOs are not good for me, so I don't play them. Alright. I'm just gonna let this kind of do that. There we go. I'm fucked. I knew it. I knew it. Final Fantasy is kind of yeah, okay. You nerd, to be fair. Diablo 2 is great in Diablo 3. Oh, 100%. It's a lot funner. Diablo 3 has like a lot more crunch if you're into that, but Diablo 2 is just better. I was even playing some Diablo 2, like, I went and bought the remaster before realizing it wouldn't work on my MacBook, which was a bit of a bummer. Because the OG doesn't work so well on my MacBook either. I have to boot into Boot Camp to play Diablo 2 if I feel it. Diablo 3 is interesting, but, like, not fun. Everything requires so much grind. Like, everything. And they kind of got rid of an awful lot of the fun, silly options that were in Diablo 2. Then Ox got a couple good-looking quality mods, but you don't know what to request when you have the points. Fair. You have plenty of time, believe me. At this rate that I'm finishing requests maybe 2 a month, I'm not certain how long it would take me to get to the next ones. Especially when they're longer ones. Yeah, Bootcamp still works. I mean, it still works because I'm still having an Intel Mac, right? I don't have an ARM Mac. Neither my work machine nor my personal laptop are ARM Macs. My personal machine is like a 2015 MacBook Pro, and my work machine is, I think, the last one before they moved to ARM. After they fixed the keyboard, but before they moved to ARM. When I did an office visit in December last year, I got my boss's hand-me-down machine, and I was very happy to get it because the other machine just sucks. Keyboard is terrible. I don't know what they were thinking, and the touch bar is so dumb. And they finally fixed it to give you a physical escape key, which was nice, but, you know, still, touch bar, really dumb. Oh, at the rate you'll gain them be a few months. That's what you meant? Okay, gotcha. What would be your choice? Yeah, I'm curious if it's not the award-winning Heavensward 60 level Final Fantasy XIV, etc. I think this is my least favorite of the obstacles, because if you don't get this first try, then the alignment is really awful. Kingdom Hearts 2, sure. I don't know what the Valius mode is. I can tell you critical mode is not going to happen. There is no fucking way. I'm adequate at Kingdom Hearts. In fact, I was even thinking about Kingdom Hearts the other day, I'm like, in terms of how I play video games. Because one of the things Desi pointed out near the end of Zelda 2 is I really didn't use spells aside from shield and heal. Which was a bit to my detriment. I was very happy when he pointed out that spell actually did something useful in most contexts. Especially after I, like, spent half an hour trashing its name for being, you know, silly. But when I play Kingdom Hearts, I just want to hit things with a damn Keyblade. I don't want to spend time... He knows what he did there. I don't want to spend time, like, learning how to cast spells effectively and be smart about things. I just want to hit things with a Keyblade. Like, I don't want to have to be smart about it. And actually, I've played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 on stream before. So... Don't even know how I'd load a mod onto the PS5 or PS3. That'd be weird. Critical mode makes the game easier? What? I thought it made it so you died in one hit or something. Or could only get, like, one level of XP or something. I forget. Maybe I've been misunderstanding what critical mode is all of these years. Think of level 1? Ah, okay. Z2 is dumb. I mean, I don't know if I'd call Z2 dumb. Z2 is kind of painful from modern game perspective, but the gameplay isn't bad once you finally learn how to fight and get access to some of the more useful moves, which is to say downstep. Yeah, just downstep, really. Like, the game radically changed for me after I got the downstab, just because I could now choose whether or not I wanted to take fights, as opposed to having to fight. Wait, no! Oh, I forgot you go when it's down, not up. So. But yeah, when I played through all of the three mainline games, I didn't really cast spells beyond shield and heal. And of course, like, fire when it was mandatory, right? Like, there's parts of the game where you have to use fire or ice or something because a specific critter demands it. But that was a long time ago, honestly, like 3-ish years. Maybe longer. It's hard to keep track. Critical mode are as follows. Player takes double damage. Player deals 1.25 damage. Okay. Consists of ham, you think. Turkey? Are you confused about the meat? Does that have both meats? That's a good call. Double meat. Good way to go. Cheddar and Colby Jack. That sounds tasty. I'd eat that. Several abilities are granted at the beginning of the game. Okay, so that's not as bad as I was expecting. Yeah, I was definitely thinking level 1 mode, because like, I think level 1 mode is the one they tend to run at like GDQ. Maybe, or some other combination of adjectives that also include critical mode. Though I could totally see wanting critical mode if you are already doing level 1, because like doing a little bit of extra damage if you already have to avoid all damage makes a bit of sense to me. Reaction boost, finishing plus, draw, 2 lucky lucky, HP, Hestra, and XP 0. Ooh. Initial ability points start at 50. AP increments at 3 instead of 2. Okay. Still sounds complicated to me. But certainly better than I was expecting. Maximum potential health is 60 instead of 120. You know, I never actually figured out how HP worked in that game. I just saw the life bar colors and kind of called it a day. I guess there was a stats screen, but I didn't spend that much time looking at it because it was generally obvious whether or not something was better for me or not. Like, you take the attack up with whatever Keyblade that the best Keyblade gives you, unless you want like the specific spellcasting ability or some weird comboing thing. How I generally played it. Kingdom Hearts 3, I just took whatever, because they added leveling to Keyblades, which was dumb. Changed the meta a little bit, but it didn't change it enough for me to care too much. I think it's like with the Toy Story one for the better part of the game. Huh, that didn't hit me. That's pretty much it. Final Mix. Oh, I don't have Final Mix. I just have regular Kingdom Hearts 2. That would be the other problem. I need to acquire Final Mix. Then again, they always repackage them every, like, 2 or 3 years, so you can play all of the Kingdom Hearts, including but not limited to, like, the phone game that came out for, like, Nokia phones. So. Okay. Wait for it. Kingdom Hearts 3 was blarg. Fuck's sake, that cheese looks mutated. You want to try it? Colby Jack isn't, like, that mutated. What? Colby Jack's a fairly, like, generic cheese in America. I mean, like, I guess generally I get Pepper Jack, but still. Oh, Colby Jack's the one that has multiple colors. I could see why that's confusing to fries. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I can see it. It's a nice melter, I'm pretty sure. It's not one I usually get. I think when I'm in a grilled cheese sandwich mood, I generally go for either sharp cheddar or I get some Havarti. Which are both delicious cheeses. Okay. Wait a whole cycle here. Vanitas mod, changes your moves to some of the enemies. Okay. Yeah, send me a link. I'm curious. I always like to learn about things. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 was bad. My personal favorite of the weirdness of that game was the Kickstarter ending, where, like, there's a million different Keyblades for no apparent reason. And they all have names attached to them, like Jeff, and you're like, what is this ending? Why is this happening? No, if I'd done a regular jump, I would have been fine. I'll call it generic, you see this an abomination. Okay, I'll pull that up and take a look at the 7 seconds of it. What? Oh, okay. It's that guy. I vaguely remember that guy from Kingdom Hearts. Since I don't self-advertise, that's true. I don't. Thank you, Fries. Yeah, what a weird game. And then, like, the biggest problem really is that Disney and Square traded places. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1, you can tell that Square is firmly in control of, you know, all of the gameplay, all of the choices. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like, oh, it's 100% Disney because I spent 3 hours in fucking Frozen World, and nobody over the age of 6 likes Frozen World. Frankly speaking, I'd rather melt Olaf with a hand dryer than watch anything about Frozen ever again. Should, though, have it on like a 45-minute cooldown. I mean, if I did that, I'd have to get the cooldown to be outside of the bot because, you know, my bot crashes with extreme regularity compared to other people's bots. In part because it also handles all of the USB nonsense. And the USB nonsense is very prone to crashing. With that said, fart from you. Thank you. Crap! You definitely threw off my mojo there. I lost my mojo. Yeah. Other things on my list to try and handle while I'm, you know, out in California or possibly just on an airplane is finally turn the vague description for Request a Game into an actual web page with, like, advice for people and letting people know what consoles I can easily do stuff with. Nope. There we go. Things like a bad thing, just do it. It'd still be annoying. Really what I need to do is separate out the bot and a couple, like the USB side of the bot and the bot, standard Twitch bot stuff. But the thing is the entire reason I wrote this bot to begin with was to handle nonsensical USB things. So, it's kind of inexorably linked into it. Like, it didn't even have the notion of delaying a function until recently. Like, I only added that with... No. Don't unfocus. I held B. Yeah, I only added the notion of delayed functions recently. For the ad stuff, because I got tired of procking it myself via OBS. And if it breaks, I still have to fix it by hand. So, but thankfully it hasn't broken, aside from like a little bit when I was doing some Zelda stuff. But, maybe one day. Yeah, I'd like to HTMLify the request thing, just let people know what kind of flashcards and other capabilities I have. And, of course, put up the Steam game list so that people can have a good laugh. I already put a little bit of work into that a couple days ago, so I'm just like, yeah, that's the thing I want to do. Have I heard of object-oriented programming? Maybe you should request Recoded instead. I don't think I've played Recoded. I don't know what Recoded is. And also, object-oriented programming doesn't help me with this problem. It's the fact that I'm not keeping things persistent. After the fact. That's like less object-oriented programming traditionally, unless you're using like object databases or programming in an environment like Squeak, where you can have code objects persist to disk fairly easily. More a small talk idea than a Shelbyville idea. There we go. Make 2 applications, and I already have too many applications. Oh, I forgot to run Gimpy. One sec. Bash. Twitch. I need to rewrite this particular bot, too. It has problems. Recode is one of the DS titles. It actually has a pretty fun combat system, albeit a bit simple. Okay. I don't have any way to capture DS. And DS generally requires, like, weird input stuff, unless you're playing a Pokemon game, in which case it still requires weird input stuff to, like, pet your Pokemon. Because your Pikachu's gonna be sad unless you unless you pat its head or something. Emulator? Well, even then, like, are there any good DS emulators that handle, like, the stylus input stuff? Would it be done with a mouse? Like, I don't know exactly how that would work. And the only DS emulator that I know that I think handles that stuff correctly is one I don't have access to. Basically touch the bottom screen. Yep, that would do it. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That'd be tricky, because I think, like, people who do DS stuff either use an emulator or have to capture it. Because it's not like there's the equivalent of a, what's the word I'm looking for? The Game Boy player. Like Super Game Boy for DS, sadly. You think it'd be something like the Switch could do? Like, you'd turn the Switch on its side, and then you could kind of pretend it's a DS? Like, I could totally see them doing that. I guess. It'd be really awkward if you need to use buttons and the stylus, but, you know, it's there. Wouldn't be the dumbest input system I've ever used. Yep. Wii U is genuinely the best DS console in the DS? Yes, I agree. That's one of the things that kind of pisses me off about the Switch, is you could only ever have it in, like, TV mode or handheld mode, but you can't do both at the same time, which is what you really want. RetroArch has a backend for DS, but you're not sure? Yeah, any game request is also bound by, is this feasible to stream? If you, for instance, requested Twister, I probably would say no, because I don't want to stream that. And I don't have a camera good for that, and also I don't want to do it. Or, like, actually playing Monopoly in real life, because playing Monopoly in real life is boring. I mean, it's boring to play against a computer on a computer. It's more boring to play with people in real life. Dang it. Help set things up. Yeah, no, I'm not, like, I definitely have experience with emulators. It's just a matter of whether or not it would feel good to play the game that way, right? There's a very big difference between using a mouse pointer and a stylus. But yeah, I could definitely get it figured out. Like, I've definitely done emulators before. I in fact played through Pokemon Red on the No Cache emulator for DOS a million years ago on a machine on a 386. Like, I've done emulators before. I don't think the setup would take me too much time. It's just a matter of whether or not it would work for me. Imagine someone forced you to do a whole string of Pong. Oh, dude, I'd totally do a whole string of just Pong. I'd probably find, like, a bunch of different kinds of Pong to play. Like that classic Flash animation, or Flash 3D Pong. That one was so cool. There was a really good fluid dynamics Pong that we used to play in the labs. You know, of course, emulate, like, a classic, like, 2600 Pong or something. No, I think Pong only has potential. It's kind of like that stream theme I kept claiming I wanted to do and never got around to doing, which was, like, all the mini golf. I've still been, like, collecting games for that, even though there's, like, no chance of it happening anytime soon because I'm so stuck with all of the other shit I gotta get done. But one day, the day of mini golf will come. I assure you. Okay, let me read that real quick. Don't have to use much touch aside from minor stuff, and even that you can do via menuing. Okay, if it's just menuing, then whatever. That's not unreasonable. Yeah, that's a feasible request then. Sold yourself for far less. What's your offer? You know, that's true, Varro. You could, in fact, get Fries to play Pong for hours if you felt the need to. Well, I feel like mini golf is a good PC version of golf in general. Like, I have, Candy Stand Golf that I could play. I've got multiple courses of... oh, dang it, it's the bottom one. I always forget it's the bottom one. Ultra 3D Mini Golf. I think I've got 36 holes of that. Golf with Friends, I think, is pretty much that genre of golf. I don't think there's any other, like, ones I have access to. There was one for CDI or 3DO that I was going to see about burning and seeing if it worked with Squiggles's console. That was on the list. But yeah, no, I need to actually sit down and make the list, since I have acquired some of these things. Play the mini golf section of A Mole in Space. That's also an option, since that was fun. Just do the wiggle dance. Golf with your friends. Bet with party mode? I don't know enough about golf with your friends, to be honest. I just know it's kind of mini golfy. Just saying, if you want to switch it up, you'd be down to start your PC and do mini golf with friends. Tempting, I'm not gonna lie, but I like to do some of the VLDC stuff. I want to at least get this level done. But I might take you up on that offer, Fries. I might take you up on that offer in the future. I also don't have, like, set up on this computer, and I don't have, like, generic capture Windows stuff set up for this machine very well. So it's one of those things where I need to set it up in advance and get it tested first. Yeah, it was not holding B that was the secret to success there. Down to clown anytime. I appreciate that, Fries. Downtown from the clown frown. was a good episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The Wisdom Cube episode. Okay. Alright, quick beverage break. Alright. Damn it. When's the collab stream where you sit there and mock me for being bad at games? I feel that's how most streams go if you have Fries around, at least for a bit. Some amount of mocking for that and a certain amount of these nuts jokes is the Fries experience. I think actually I did catch Fries stream once and I got to throw out some like bad puns. I think he was playing Jump King. Which I think is basically like getting over it, except less painful, I think. But I might be wrong. I also don't think it quotes Abraham Lincoln at you, so it's definitely a worse game. How is it 11 a.m. already? Only? I mean, from my perspective, it's almost 2. Yeah, crap, it's almost 2. Like I said, I didn't expect this level to take as long as it has. Oh! You know, the timing probably would have gotten me killed anyway. Okay, I want it slammed down. Gonna wait another cycle. Jump King is worse. But it doesn't quote Abraham Lincoln at you. How could that be worse? How could that be better? No, other phrase. Crap. But it's built upon the same kind of concept where you're, you know, constantly moving downward or upward, and can fall really far down. For every donation, Fries will insult you with the fiery beam that the toss allows. Oh, I don't know if I want to watch that. Sounds like a bit of a downer, honestly. Heckling's much more fun when it's still funny, not necessarily to the fullest extent of cruelty allowed. There we go. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Wait. It'd be humor? Okay. I want maximum time. I don't want to fuck this up. Gordon Ramsay style. You fucking Yoshi! I mean, the difference between Donkey and a Yoshi isn't that much. They're both kind of stupid horses. Note that I am, in fact, aware that donkeys are not, in fact, horses. It's a cross between a horse and a mule, I believe. Or a mule is a cross between a horse and a donkey, I think. It's one of those weird interspecies things that kind of works, like ligers. An idiot save stater. I like it. It's fucking raw! I just got started later than I thought. That's pretty much what's going on here. I don't know why. I thought I got started closer to midnight, but I didn't. Where is the Bowser sauce? Oh, I don't want any Bowser sauce. No, thank you. 2, not 1 block. 2 blocks. dying here, skeleton. No. Take Bowser sauce. Wait, what? It's made out of 100% organic lava turtle. Ew. You know, I guess they must be doing something like that at, like, the Mario World Universal thing. Like, they've got to have, like, the Toad drink. Or some sort of, like, mushroom melt pizza or something. I don't know why these turtles... Why they put these here. Like, the Buzzy Beetles don't need to be there except to, like, waste your time. Gonna throw in that, but whatever. Oh, I lost confidence there. Yeah, I tried watching Hell's Kitchen, and I just couldn't get into it, in part because it always felt so weird when you shut down service and basically sent everyone home hungry. Like, that's the part of the show I had a problem with. It's like, really? Like, all these people came to eat, and now they're all going hungry. That sucks. Toad tortellini. Okay, I can see it. That's not unreasonable. I bet there's some sort of, like, green, melon-based Yoshi drink, but that seems pretty obvious. Like, there's gotta be, like, a full Mario menu at this Universal thing. Like, it just makes sense. Hope they made lots of spaghetti! I am certain, of course, that the CDI Mario will not be involved. Good drink of Yoshi. King Grump's interpretation of the Toad Army. There's a Toad Army. I feel if they had an army, they wouldn't need Mario nearly as much. You immediately regret saying that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh yeah, the British one is way better. Like, especially you get those episodes where, like, the cooking isn't actually bad. Like Mama Sherry's episode, that's fantastic. He's like, yeah, no, you're just doing it wrong. You're making good food, but you're not making good financial decisions. Let's get this straight. Oh yeah, and of course, you are the most marketable asset in this entire kitchen. You should get out there and be marketing yourself. And other ones where he, like, clearly wants to help the people, but, like, you know, that is just not gonna happen. But at least there's not, like, a whole lot of family drama. Weirdly, I found a new one I hadn't even seen because it was included in some sort of, like, compilation for the British. It was the one where he goes to the Runaway Girl, which, as Gordon Ramsay rightly points out, does in fact sound like some sort of strip club. It's run by a guy and his, like, best friend growing up in it. They have some food problems and other problems. They get it straightened out. It's kind of nice. Apparently, he eventually got, like, the guy who was running initially eventually, like, started winning awards for running restaurants. So, really, really well turned around, honestly. Yeah, she does have a YouTube channel. That is true. I actually have her book. I can see it from here, I think. It's one of those books I've been meaning to put somewhere else that is not the middle of my living room, since I was using the middle of my living room to sort out a bunch of books. Which is not happening before I go to California tomorrow, so... just not going to worry about it. Toad fighter jets. Oh, for... artillery, their nukes. Toads with spears at the beginning of Mario Galaxy. And we see how well that worked for them. I mean, you have a fire-spitting intergalactic turtle, and you have a fucking spear. You played Civilization. You know how, like, the CPU can get behind sometimes, right? You're, like, fighting them with fighter jets, and they have fucking clubs. That's what the Toad Army is. It's like that civilization that just, like, never quite got off the ground, never really got past, like, the 1 or 2 cities mark, and decided, you know, spears. That's good enough. Hell, look at that. They're still in monarchy and turn, like, 12,000 or something. Ain't even moved to democracy. I mean, monarchy has a bunch of benefits in civilization, which are really good, you know, depending upon the size of your armies and whatnot. But still. Warriors are really good in Civ 5. Yeah, that's because you don't ever build units in Civ 5 or Civ 6. You build units once and then upgrade them, because gold is cheap and production's expensive. Got that bohemian lifestyle? It's more of, I have too much junk and I need to get rid of some of it and or at least organize it. Certainly not bohemian in the sense that, you know, I can see at least 3 different consoles with flash cards next to me. Ugh. Yeah, Civ 5 was not good. Civ 6 is at least better balanced. Like, Civ 5 was basically the first Civ to get to a, what was that gimmick? Nation state, or whatever they called them. Get on good diplomatic terms with them and get food. Like, if you got to a food nation state, you were basically set forever because production and food were hard to come by. And you got so much more. It was like 3 food per city or some ridiculous shit like that. And a farm, like, gave you half a food per tile or something. It was really dumb. 1 turn for Battleship City and depleted gold from buying units. Yep. It just wasn't a very good game, sadly. Sold off tons of your giant grandma's kitchen junk. That's good, at least. If she's not using it, of course. One piece of trivia, we have an old pachinko machine in a side room. It's not functional, but exists. That's pretty cool, actually. Pachinko's cool. That's like one of my stupid, when I went to Japan, regrets. I never actually got into a pachinko parlor and played pachinko. My other regret was not buying some Japanese construction workers outfit, but that's neither here nor there. More accurately, I just wanted one so I could use it for Halloween. It was one of the Beastie Boys from the Intergalactic music video. Why do you own one? You haven't a clue. Not surprising. Not surprising. Might have been an impulse buy at some point, or... yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a story involving the Yakuza. Which seems unlikely, but you know. Being the Yakuza, Squiggles has been looking into buying a Yakuza car for forever. I think he actually might this year. That or a Japanese hearse. I'm still not really sure why, but that's the other thing on the docket for him. For 6 for the natural disaster stuff. It definitely is interesting. It makes you have to worry a lot more about your carbon impact in a way you didn't really in previous Civ games. Like, I think the only downsides to pollution in, like, Civ 1 or 2 was, like, you had to clean it up occasionally. Whereas Civ 6 kind of puts it front and center. I just got lucky there. Oh, asked her about it the other day. It's like, we bought it was popular. That way we could play without spending money. Fair enough. In Civ 6, right? Like, if you build coal plants, you'll slowly increase the amount of carbon emissions, and eventually it causes global warming, which results in certain low-lying tiles being inhospitable and worse environmental aspects and blah. You could look it up on a wiki faster than I can explain it, honestly. But in OG Civ, it was just like occasionally a few tiles close to your city would get covered in pollution and you just send a settler to go clean it up. And that was it. It was not a complicated mechanic. Don't. That part. Fortifying your coastal cities and watching they drown in the carbonated water. Yeah. That is an option. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that one. Like, the timing doesn't feel that bad, and I'm just rushing it as quick as I can, mostly. And then I stop to try and think about something else, and I just immediately plunk myself into the roof. Like, this wouldn't be anywhere near as obnoxious as it is if I didn't have to do this minute-long section before the section I actually care about now. Like, that's this level's major sin, is just you have to do this long section. And, yeah, VLDC makes it hard to do it better, unfortunately. that long in the grand scheme of things, just as long as things line up in your favor. It's about, what, 50 Mario seconds, so I'm like 30 seconds out. That's not that bad in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Assuming it starts at 650, I think it did. Not that I was paying enough attention. But there's so many parts of this that just involve patiently waiting, that having to do it over and over does get a bit old. Like I said, first cycling that is always the right choice, just because it's so much easier if you first cycle it. The timing is much more obvious if you first cycle it. Gonna wait. Okay. Oh boy, I didn't wait the right amount of time. It didn't matter. I hate those. I hate those bunchers there. Okay, it was 650 then. Trying to see if I can actually, like, cut off a decent amount of time on this. Because I'm still waiting for the 5th baseball, but that's silly and unnecessary. It's still about 30 seconds either way. Nuts. I wanted one of those. Alright, now we wait. Right, I should have gone there. Hey, that worked. Nifty. Wait for it to slam. Okay, and now for that part. I'm gonna watch my failure just to make me feel a little bit worse. Yeah, never mind. I was about to say that actually worked in my favor. But no, my jump was a bit short. Alright. Yeah, really hoping the next one I pick is going to be a bit shorter. In terms of time. Like, the distance I'm traveling isn't all that far in the grand scheme of things. But whee! Yeah, I just don't save that much more time if I try to rush that. It's about the difference of 6 Mario seconds, which I just don't care about here. Okay. Wait a second. And then go. No! It's like if you're touching the wall, it's like it needs to be a little bit less than 2 as opposed to actually 2. I think. And then parts like that work for me, I don't know why. Okay, wait for the slam. Feel the drop. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Besides that. Like, I don't want to go too far, but I need to make that entire thing really fast, because otherwise I'll fall into the drink. I got it right the first time I ever did it. There we go. Just wait. Wait. Okay, and then what pops up next, follow it. I'm not sure about this. Like, even then, if I wanted to cheat, how would I cheat? Like, I guess I could turn on water and remove the collision stuff, but again, I don't really want to. Like, I feel like this level isn't that bad. It's just obnoxious in a way. There we go. Nice pop. Hot dog. Oh. Well, shoot. What's up, Muzzle? Take a short handbrake. Thank you for the raid. What were you up to? I think you were gonna play some multiverses or something. Hope it was a fun stream. Hope it went well. Assuming that was what you did. Otherwise, I hope you had fun doing something else. Right now, I'm just playing a VLDC level that I've been at for a bit. Mostly because of this next obstacle, as you'll get to see, and I'll immediately do something stupid. Yep, see, not fast enough. Game is really fun. That's good. I've seen like some like YouTube Smash players play it, and they seem like they're having a good time. But you know, they're also playing for content, so it's hard to tell. The gimmick of this level is note block riding. I now know how it works. I don't know if I like the fact that I know how it works. Guess also the other thing you might notice is Mario is lacking a torso. We're doing some little bit of USB nonsense here, because that's what I always do. We can change out the character sprite, but only if I go back to the world map for this one, I think. There's something going on in these ones where the SA1 stuff doesn't work quite right, and I don't know why, since all VLDC levels use the SA1 enhancement chip. But yeah, theme of this level is basically riding these blocks through various interesting setups and avoiding projectiles. So the results came out today too, in case you were curious about VLDC on SMW Central. This was not like one of the winners. I'm playing random ones. I've only played one of the top 3, surprisingly, but might do like the top 1 or 2 afterwards. Definitely want to pick one. Oh no, I did play one of the other top 3, didn't I? I played the second one. I think it was the Luigi level. The Luigi level was really good. The gimmick being that you need to get Luigi, what's his name? Dang it. The guy who did Mambo No. 5 to his concert. It was cute. neat idea, but it seems fairly janky to depend on it to you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what the consensus around this level was. Is that, like, if you're going to do these sorts of setups, you need to give people a lot of leeway, and there's parts of this where clearly do not have enough leeway. Like, this part here is like, I don't have enough time to do all the things I need to do. At least how I feel here. See? This level would just really benefit from having the retry patch, just so that each section's a little bit shorter and not as punishing to die in. But that's not a thing you can do for VLDC. But it would be kind of nice, honestly, if there was some sort of, like, sprite-based, convenient retry patch thing they could do for, like, VLDC. Make it easier to implement that kind of thing. So I wonder how hard that would be to build. Or if it's already been built, actually. It probably already has. Seems tight for something at a standard level. Yeah. I think that's one of the last obstacles. I've been past it a few times, and then did another variant of something I already did in the first section. This is the midway, obviously, so I'm past the first section, which is so basically it consisted of a grassland and a cave section. I beat that, so now we're doing the grassland and cave thing again. Yeah, this level revolves in so much around timing, and you have to occasionally die to learn the timings, and it's just a little bit clunky. This one is actually pretty easy; you just hold left, but other ones not so much. Like, there's stuff I want to like here, like Layer 2 nonsense is usually kind of fun. But just the sheer length of this, combined with the I have to go back. Oh, and I forgot my pattern for that. There we go, I'm fine now. Yeah, I've been here like a decent number of times. This is where I'm starting to fail a lot. So... But VLDC has an awful lot of, like, interesting, gimmicky levels that abuse things like this. There was one that I had a lot of fun with that involved a weird glitch around Yoshi growing up and hitting a lava tile at the same, like, time, where all of the sprites on the screen would freeze except Mario. That was a really cool one. People did some cool things with Map 16 stuff, like hitting blocks that would turn into water. Things like that. So, like, there's a decent amount of creativity allowed, but you still can't, you know, import your own code, lest you be banned like Max was. Because it does turn out that there is, in fact, a way to construct a level such that it will run arbitrary code. Shocker, I know. SMW, not the best game programmed of all time for some reason. Yeah, you know, they had 84-ish entries, of which 82 were not disqualified. I believe one was disqualified for having a bad BPS file. And then one was disqualified for being Tomato Johnson, who, in case you don't know, is a consummate contest shitposter. Because that's just what he does. Had no idea. Yeah. No, it's really good. I'd recommend, like, taking some of the top ones and playing them. Like, I've played the top one or top 3 and top 2 winners already on stream, just by picking random numbers. But yeah, I would definitely recommend grabbing a handful of these and checking them out. Zuccotti's Babylon was really good. That was the first one of the VLDC levels I played, and I played that slightly before the submission date, because Zuccotti handed it to me and said, hey, play this. So I did. And that one has a beautiful aesthetic and is a fun level. And there's plenty of other, like, adequate levels. That's kind of the problem with VLDC is, like, if you make a perfectly adequate level, you're basically guaranteed to do not great. There's plenty of levels that if you played them in a standard hack would have been fine. But because VLDC, you gotta kind of stand out. You can't just make a cute little romp and hope you'll do well. But in like a full hack, you definitely want to have some, like, simple romps. You don't need every level to be a chocolate fest. You don't need every level to be really hard. Sometimes you just need some holding right and getting dragon coins. So. First time I've done that. The death markers on screen are also another bit of USB nonsense. I keep track of where Mario dies and draw it on the screen whenever I die, and so you can kind of see the clusters of deaths over time. For some hacks, you can tell I've died a whole lot sometimes. But not, you know. Yes, actually, yeah, this one I've died a whole lot. I don't know how many times I've died. Some I can look up after the fact if I feel the need to. It's just a database query away. So. Plunk. But yeah, with KLDC on the way, I kind of want to try entering. Though I think what I'll probably do is something that's less of a Kaizo level and more of a little bit of a shitpost, I'll be honest. But I don't want to discuss the idea too much, in case Louis is hanging around. You never know when Louis might strike. Nice crop of judges, too. You know, got Glitch Cat, you got Louis, you got Lungfish. I'm spacing on the fourth one, but I remember them being alright, too. Generally good peeps. There we go. But yes, my idea will be not terribly difficult, I imagine. So, alright. Thought the judges were not. They are no longer anonymous. The PR team, well, basically, they were a little inside baseball, but, oh god. They were going to be, okay, so Dr. No wanted them to not be anonymous, but by the time Dr. No got around to, like, asking the judges, it was basically go time for the contest. And so, they didn't want to delay the contest to get that answer, so they made them anonymous, and then discussing it after the fact, Dr. No discussed it with them, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we're okay with releasing the names. And so that was fine. So now the judges are not anonymous. And if you don't get this thing the first cycle, you're kind of... It makes it a lot harder. Oh. That was a good cycle for me, too. But that's the story as I understand it. Oh, Louis. 100%. Like, Louis has proven himself to be a truly excellent Kaizo player. I'm going to be curious to see how his judging goes. Most of the other people involved who judged contests before, like Lungfish, I think did one of the QLDCs, I'm not sure. Glitch Cat's done KLDCs time and time again. But I don't think Louis ever been a judge, and I think that'll be good for him. I look forward to seeing what he does with it. Oh, holy cow! Okay, there we go. Awesome to hear it also gives you hope for your stuff. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, cool. Remember, don't panic. I'm just gonna let him die first. Okay. is... Oh, that's nonsense. Why in the world would you do that at this far in the stage? Like, I really thought that after the vine, I was at the end. I really thought I was. No, there's a whole nother few sections. Okay, I take it back. This level sin is just too damn long. That's terrifying. Yeah, anyway, looking forward to KLDC, seeing what people make. I've already seen some like cool stuff in the show-off KLDC show-off room on Discord, which is pleasant. I always like looking at show-off rooms if I can. You know, I've been a judge a few times, so I can't always look at it, but... I wonder what the next contest I'll judge is. I mean, if they bring back Hack Jam, I definitely want to judge Hack Jam again. That was a shit ton of fun. Really high quality stuff. I wouldn't mind like doing VLDC base ROM level design contest. That could be fun. 72-hour QLDC was good, but definitely hard. So, damn it! Katoon, that's the one I was missing. Not scared for your stuff, mainly fearful of oversight, having GC and Katoon take it. Both take it. Yeah. Those guys are scary, and of course, the worst part is, because Louie's a judge, you can't ask Louie to run it through its paces. You gotta find other really good testers. But I think there were some people who volunteered to be testers just for the sake of being testers, which is nice. Something I cannot advise more than enough is test your shit. Get other people to test your shit. It exposes so many problems before it gets to the judges or moderation. And of course, it also helps when people tell you, such as, this level is too damn long. Maybe you shouldn't do that. But we will see. I thought I was screwed there. Reminds you, wanted to ask me something. If Hack Jam happens again, you have an idea that you actually want to do. However, it's technically standard project. Title screen and rough plot ideas. Just want to know the grounds of doing that for a Hack Jam. I think having vague ideas is fine. Just don't, like, do anything, like any coding or level design in advance. Sections are that long without a checkpoint. Yep. It's okay to have something that's, you know, that's Yelpy styled occasionally. But like this... What? Let's see. How much time am I spending? Already been a minute. I don't think I'm not doing the slow... Oh, crap. I forgot. You would have liked a boss I fought recently that took 10 minutes ago. It was a really cool boss, but it took 10 minutes to kill it. Every single go. Like, 10 minutes you could easily die at the end, and bam, you're out of your 10 minutes. So... Did finally defeat it, but it took a while. Yeah, what I'd just say, Faro, is try to abide by the spirit of the contest. Don't try to do too much in advance, but if you have an idea that you want to do, it's not a bad idea. To, like, think a bit about it, but don't, like, put anything to paper. Only is a title screen a very rough plot outline. There's no level design, and it'll stay that way for a long time. Let's never Hack Jam. There you go. I think that's fine. Like, ultimately, it would surprise me if Mario for Lost players, as a concept, was not dreamed up before before they started working on it. Like, that is... Oh, come on! Such a good idea. That was such a cool idea. And they put so much work into it. Oh, that Podavo. Like, I really want to see the end of this level, but at the same time, like, Christ. Like, it's the jank that's getting me here. Yeah, I can do that part a little bit faster, but who cares? Pat, please do better. Thank you. Thank you, Fries. I'm trying. I definitely want to play another level. So I think what I might do is turn on some sort of cheat for that section. I get there again. Where I have to keep running across the short, like, 3 tiles. But that's dependent upon me getting there first. And if you ever land on that tile first, you don't have time to do a back and forth. But yeah, I think that if I was a judge for this contest, a save state would have been easily placed at the beginning of the next section. Like, that's just the same thing to do. The problem, of course, being that I'm playing on an SD to SNES and therefore do not have access to save states because this uses SA1. But, like, if I was doing this for, say, QLDC judging or something, I easily would have just plopped a save state down here and called it a day. I just wanted to use my block. And that, like, I don't know why that happens here, and only here, that I seem to have trouble actually getting down that block in time. There we go. Finally. Like, look at that. All this other part, fine. That part, no. No! I ran under the fireball! I need to stop finding new, unique, and exciting ways to die in this level. Because I'm doing a very good job of it right now. Also a shame that this part of the level has way better music than the under cave area. It's less good in my book. Like, I get it. But okay. I'm gonna wait a cycle just in case. I don't want to die in the same stupid way I died last time. Okay, wait for it to slam. Stagger the spawns. Okay. What? That was 2 tiles. Haven't failed like that in a while. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm trying to figure out how I want to resolve this problem. So I want to see the rest of the level just to see how much more there was, or is. But I also don't really want to do it at this point. I'm interested in, like, having the ability to see it more than doing it. The tightness of that one section has just gotten me to the point where I don't want to do this. Wait a cycle. Not to mention what comes out. What comes up later is also painful. Think you'll bow out for the rest of your day. Alright. Have a good rest of your day. Hope bench to beat level 4 exhaustion gets me through the stream chatting. I think that at this point I'm gonna look for some interesting ways to cheat my way through this. Because I just want to see what else the level's gonna throw at me after that point. Like, I just don't think I care to do that trick over and over. The 3-tile run, stop by 1 tile because the Podobo is gonna get me repeatedly thing. It's just, I don't want to do it. I do, however, want to see the rest of the level just to know what's there. And perhaps judge the other obstacles by whether or not I would want to do them after all of this nonsense already. So I think once I get to the next room, I'm going to turn on some useful cheaty things, and we'll see how that goes. There we go. Alright. Is there admin only? It is water level. And kill. Kill worked. Is water level didn't. What? Well, I did successfully kill me. That was what I tried to do there. Is water level didn't take. That's weird. Oh, it might not be... I'm a little miffed about that one. It's the first time that's happened. Oh, wait, I know why that didn't work. I didn't type enable first. No, maybe I should learn my own tech. There we go. You think I would learn. Okay. Alright, once we get to the next room, we're doing water level and disabling sprite collision with background. Or, yeah, sprite collision with background, and that'll make it so I can at least see what's ahead by swimming through it. I don't know what it's going to do with layer 2, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I think it's going to matter. Alright, there we go. Set is water level to 1 first. There we go. And then disable collision. I'll have to remember how to re-enable collision later, but I just want to see what's ahead. Let's see, is this... Yeah, I don't collide with that either. I just need to carefully not hit any things that might murder me, I suppose. That's also a concern. There we go. Let's embiggen me too while I'm at it. Just to be sure. See? Smart. Because I just want to see the end of the level. That's all I want to see at this point, is how much more was there. Because I just don't care anymore. Like, this level has lost my trust. That obstacle right there is painful. Like, if the level had ended about here, I would have thought it was fair but really hard. But instead, we get this. We have to do 3 tile runs repeatedly. And then you have to do a bunch of more jumps. More layer 2 nonsense. Another clip jump. Jump here and there. There's probably a Podobo or something that murders. Yeah, there's a block there that prevents you. And this just keeps going! Oh, there it is. There's the end of the level. Then you would have had to do this. Come back and do it again. Yeah, no, I don't want to do it. Did not want to do any of that. I don't feel very bad about cheating my way through the end of that. Like, that really just suffered from being too much level without another checkpoint. Like, if he had broken that room up in 2, and had a 1-up checkpoint between the 2, I think it would have been fine. But because you had to do that first section and then that after that, just no. Too damn long. Release a version of this with the retry patch. I think people would enjoy it. That's my final statement on that. Let me pick another one, because I don't want to do this one.